Well, still going to keep putting Lyle on the spot here. We're talking about the 3-year-olds.
No.
We have the 3-year-olds to talk about. We got the race horses in. It is still very cold. My ears are cold. I don't know if you noticed when James exhaled in the barn, you could see his breath.
Oh, yeah, it's cold.
It's still cold. Very cold today. It's not going to be a nice day for baseball for Ollie, I can tell you that. But nevertheless, it's still baseball. Now, 3-year-olds. Arrowhead Hanover was made a break his first start back. Second start back, he was awesome. Third start back, he got beat. But I thought that maybe I drove him a little too confident, and maybe he didn't do his best work on the front. So the other day, much better day driving the other day. I got away. I could have got away third, but I purposely got away fourth because I didn't want to be first over too early. I didn't want to have the second favorite behind me flush me out in the middle of the turn at the half, and so I wanted to move when I wanted to move, and that's exactly what I did. Came first over and was a head winner, 54 and 3, 28 seconds on the end of it. Looked extremely good in preparation of his Sire Stake race next week. Aunt Lily's racing this afternoon at... actually, we have a horse racing right now. We'll look at him in a minute. Aunt Lily's racing this afternoon at Miami Valley there, so it's Kentucky Derby Day today.
Right.
For everybody else in the world that doesn't have their son playing baseball.
And I don't know where Miami Valley is.
The Miami Valley is in, I believe, Lebanon, Ohio, so southern Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's two down there. There's Dayton,
Yep.
and then there's Miami Valley.
Right.
So today, Aunt Lily races for $75,000 in the Hackett, and our other filly, Gorgeous Package, races for $75,000 in the Hackett, and they're both 7-2. So it could be a good day for us. It may, who knows, at Miami Valley. But Aunt Lily was coming in a little short. We trained her up good the other day. Jason said she trained awesome. So she's coming in as good as we can have her to start the season. Blue Ventura is racing right now, actually, in the Meadows. I was a little perplexed as to why he was 2-1 morning line. The horse won a condition claimer on Tuesday. He's back in short notice 4 days later in a stake race, picked to win. Not very often you see horses come out of claimers into stake races and are picked to win. So I really don't know his competition today, but I found it very hard to believe that he would be a legit 2-1. So good luck to him. All my partners at Dave Pallone. Captain Incredible qualified good, but could be much better. I schooled him much better 2 weeks before. He's ready to go. We're going to race him in the Numbers 2 next week. And as I said to everybody, don't expect him to be racing in any stake races for a little bit. We're trying to set this horse up for the rest of the season, and quite frankly, for the rest of his life. This might be one of the fastest horses I've ever sat behind. He is a very, very nice horse. Colt, we paid a lot of money for. I paid $230,000 for this horse as a baby. And obviously that comes with a certain amount of expectations. But nevertheless, our job is to make sure that he reaches those expectations if possible. And it's not, just got to get him in, got to get him right, got to get him perfect and keep him there. And that's what we're trying to do. So he'll race this week in the Numbers 2, obviously not racing today in the Stallion or Sire Stakes. And quite frankly, you may not see him race in 2 weeks in the next leg of the Sire Stakes in Pennsylvania. I would suggest that we focus more on Kentucky than Pennsylvania this year with him, but we'll see how things play out for him. Chicago Hall was good last night, 4th and 55. I know that Gaslight seems a little flashier right now. Chicago's always been that even Steven durable type. We always thought he could do a little bit more, could try a little harder, but it's not that he's a bad horse. He's a good horse, and he puts an effort out there, a decent effort out there. Here's a horse that trotted in 55 and 56 his last 3 starts and made almost $100,000 at 2 and 3 already, and he's just starting his sophomore season. So, pretty nice horse, put it that way. Foxy Seaside, 54 and 127. I didn't ask James how she was last night, but I know she finished with the earplugs in her ears. So we'll stretch her out next week in preparation of her first stake race in Ohio. Freedom Hill, second again in Miami Valley, this time in 54 and 4, I believe, or 54 and 3 at Miami Valley last week. Raced very, very good again. Gaslight Hall was great last night. 55, last quarter 28. Looked good. Billy Davis drove him perfect. Gorgeous Package, as I said to Lyle, is racing today in the Hackett Memorial Final. So we're hopeful there. Grand Slam deal was good. But the biggest thing I think to take away from her, and I'm trying to set my standards, my expectations a little bit low for her, but I'm hopeful that she'll get better and better and better. I think there's stuff we can work on. Her back was definitely tight the other day. Her feet were bugging her a little bit. I think Tim will have her better every single week. And now 2 weeks in a row she's trotted in 57 come 29. So obviously both room for growth and the fact that she is getting better. Gymboree is back in Wednesday. I galloped her the other day. I thought she was a little soft, quite frankly. So I think we can definitely help this filly over the next little while. I think you're going to see her be marginally better this week and quite a bit better the week after is my prediction with Gymboree. Manhattan Money was good yesterday. Yes, I moved another horse. I moved out of the 2-hole getting into the last turn like an idiot. But nevertheless, in the bigger scheme of things, I was never going to beat the 2 that beat me anyway. That's first off. And that's more of an excuse than anything else. Also, I got to look into his soul a little bit of a coward. That's okay. But on the left line, and had I not moved him there, maybe I wouldn't have seen that. Maybe we wouldn't have had the vet go over him and potentially do the vet work and maybe plug some holes that were maybe bothering him a little bit. So in that regard, bad drive might have helped a little bit in Manhattan Money's overall game, so to speak, for next week as he heads into the Stallion Series. Melisandre was absolutely awesome the other day. I know another filly that we have high hopes for. The other day was the first day I saw her actually want to compete and win with a sense of urgency. When we came out of the turn, she was trotting all she could. First off, she tried to go right through Ryan Stahl. And then when I finally filed her to the far outside, she was trotting all she could to the wire to win. You can't ask much more than that of a horse. Memento Mori was awesome last week in winning at the Meadows. He trained as good as I've ever felt him feel yesterday in the morning at Northfield Park. I was thoroughly pleased with him. Mountaineer Prince, him and I are in a soft separation period right now. Him and I are not going to do a whole lot of work together for a while. So Justin Irvine is going to drive him for a little bit. Never Lose Felix is growing on me slowly. I wish he was a better horse, but I wish I was 10 years younger.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. It's just not going to happen. So we're going to work with what we have, and that's what we're going to continue to do in regards to Never Lose Felix. Oh, he'll know. She's going to qualify next week, which will be a week before the Buckeye. I wish we had another start into her, but it's a long year for Philly that we're trying to continue to keep weight on and keep sound and keep happy and keep moving forward. So I'm not too worried about it. Oh, he'll know has been racing good. He had a short little break and we'll be back qualifying on Friday. Resolve Indeed was good last night, but showed a little bit of blood. So we're going to put her on Lasix, as I posed to everybody in an earlier video. In a real world, me alone as the owner, I would probably, if I had time, would have taken her over to Ohio or Pennsylvania, raced her in the Nommers in 1 or 2, beat up on them, got her confidence up, and then raced her in the first grassroots. The problem now being with the Lasix program. Even if we took her over to Ohio or Pennsylvania, she wouldn't get in till the 14th, and she can race on the 16th on Lasix. So if they're going to fill a non-winners of 2, fillies and mares trot, then I'm all for it. If they're not, then we're probably going to sneak her over and get a start into her at Northfield. Listen, I could race her in a jog cart and beat that non-winners of 2 class with Resolve Indeed right now at Northfield. I'm certain of that. Rose Run AJ's making a start back. Somebody said, well, you got him back in a claimer? He's got a stake race coming up. I want to put him in where he can win. He's 8-5 morning line going into his race next week, and that's exactly how I want him. The idea that we're going to race him over his head just because, I mean, that's kind of what he's worth, right? 33,000 US, that's what he's worth. So if somebody wants to jump in and grab him, fill your boots. Otherwise, I'm going to fill their boots this week. Rosa and Alexandra races tonight, 8-hole. I have to be, my expectations are a little tempered tonight with Rosa and Alexandra, but she is coming on. She is getting better. We can fit a nice spot for her, find a nice spot for her next week. Speed of Sound will requalify. Made a little boo-boo on Tyler. Dom said they thought the hobbles were a little long. We'll readjust those, and she'll be out next week to qualify. Woodmere Betcha qualified great the other day. She will be racing this week. We're here now. Well, oddly enough, we're here just as I have to ignore that call because I can't take it, and just as the game is about to start in 15 minutes, and most importantly, I believe we beat the girls here.
I believe so.
So, with that, I'm going to let you go. Well, do you have anything to add? You've been talking the whole time.
No, just, no. I'm camera shy, put it that way.
You wonder where Amy gets it from.
Yeah.
I can't imagine where she gets it from.
Well, I know where you guys get it from.
Yeah, oh yes.
It's
all natural.
It all starts with Fred. Yeah.
Anyway,
for sure. It's good seeing everybody.
I hope you guys stay up tonight because we'll go and get something to eat, and it should be a lot of fun. How do we get from here to there, Lyle? There's a driveway there. A little driveway there. We never played at this park before.
No.
I wish there was the parking a little closer, but there isn't. Anyway, it's going to be a chilly afternoon of baseball, but nevertheless, it will be an afternoon of baseball. I hope you guys are having a great day. I will talk to you all very soon.